Alright, BB40 back with another Zombie Rush survival video. So, yes, you'll be hearing my son in the background. He's playing VR and having fun, so that's what the background noise is. So anyway, I want to show here what I think is the best strategy for going 1,000 plus rounds. Probably, I think you could do 5,000 waves, or 5,000 rounds in this game with this strategy. So this is the setup. I basically place a healing station. You see that empty space right in front of me there? There's a space for a healing station right in the middle. And what I'm going to do, I dropped some buff towers on the sides and back so that when I run over in those areas, I'll have the strength in my gun, the double strength in my gun to kill the zombies and the bosses. So, but what you want to do, and the strategy is simply put as many turrets as you can inside the diameter of the healing station. And trust me, it'll work. And you've got, honestly, it took me all the way up to probably wave 1000 to end up with enough turrets to fill the entire healing station diameter. And I was still able to, after that, after wave 1000, I just settled back and just killed bosses. Basically, I let the turrets mostly take care of the zombies. I would kill, if there were no bosses to kill, I would shoot at the smaller zombies. And by the time I got to about wave 1400, I had over $400,000. So I think at wave 1000 I had about $100,000 maybe. So the bosses is the key to survival in this game now. The bosses do not do a lot of damage. They don't damage you any more than a zombie would. Actually less, from what I've seen. They don't cause a lot of damage. I mean, the bosses look big and menacing, but they're tame, relatively tame. They have a lot of health, but not so much health that you can't kill them. And I was still taking them down and killing the bosses at wave 1400. And I decided to quit at that time and do this video, but I felt really comfortable in that I had over $400,000 in reserve, and I was already at wave 1400, so I could have kept going a long time. I just don't have that kind of stamina. I have to, honestly, I do have to set a to get some sleep, just set an auto clicker to go off about every 2.5 minutes. But that's the other thing you got to watch out for. I did one time set the auto clicker at too long of a time period, and the zombies started eating away at my defense while I was sleeping, and eventually made their way right up to me and killed me. So the time span for a healing station, I believe, is 2 minutes and 13 seconds, or 2 minutes 12 seconds, something like that. So you don't want to set your timer any more than 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You want to drop a healing station as soon as you can, because I believe, based on what I've seen, I think the turrets and buff towers especially have been nerfed. I mean, seriously nerfed. Even though I've got 5 stars, you can look on the right, I've got them fully upgraded. The zombies take them out in less than 30 seconds. So you don't want to give them any more than 15 seconds. I mean, I've had them die in less than 20 seconds. They can take out a turret. It's crazy that they are so weak now. I think the developers overdid it on nerfing the medic deployables. So I'm not happy about that, but now that we have the bosses give a lot of money. I mean, they start off kind of slow, for like, they come out every 50 waves, and even up to wave 500, you're only getting about $7,000 or $8,000 per boss. But after that point, when you start getting 3 bosses out at a time, they just start increasing. It's like they reset when you start off with the first one. Very first boss is only $3,000 you get. But then it jumps right up to like 6,000 and then 7,000. And then when you get double bosses, it goes back down to like 6,000. It drops back down and it comes back up to 7,000, 8,000. You get 3 bosses, again, they start off at 7,000 again, or 6,000, 7,000. It's very low. But at that point, then they start increasing. I think it's like $1,000 every 50 waves. Every time they come out, they increase their value by $1,000. So by the time you get to wave 1,000, they're giving you like almost $20,000 each, and you're getting 3 of them. So past wave 1,000, with all that kind of money that you're getting from the bosses, you'll never run out of money for dropping healing stations. So you don't have to conserve them. I do that still out of habit sometimes. I'll watch my turrets and see which one's the weakest and how close it is to dying, and then I'll drop a healing station. But you really don't have to do that because of the bosses, the amount of money that they give you. And you get 3 of them every time. Every 50 waves you get 3 bosses. And in that time frame you may have to drop, I would say, a healing station 2 or 3 times between boss rounds, you know, because in 2 minutes and 10 seconds you will have, let's see, you get 6 a minute, 6 rounds a minute, 12, 13 rounds go by. So, and if you do take the time to check your turrets and check the health on them, you could stretch it out to maybe 2.5 minutes. You know, get another, go 15 or more waves between healing stations. So anyway, you'll have enough money, basically is what I'm saying. You'll have more than enough money to just keep going and going because of the bosses now, because of the amount of money that they give you. You know, you may not get a lot of money from the zombies, but you do get a lot from bosses. So what I was going to talk about, let's talk about the beginning here again. So you can see I'm just expanding my circle of turrets here. But what I did in the early rounds, up to about round 200, is I would stop the auto skip in the round just before. See, it's round 129. I would do it at round 49, round 99. And then when I get past wave 100, when the zombies are getting stronger, take a little longer to kill, I would turn it off at, like I did there, I did at 30 waves. I turned off the auto skip, then turned it back on, and I'm going to turn it off again at 149. And the reason for turning off the auto skip is you want to kill all the zombies in the early rounds to get all that money, get as much money as you can, to help you drop as many turrets as you can within that diameter of the healing station. Okay, if that makes sense. So you want to take advantage of all the zombies. You want to get as much money as you possibly can in the early rounds. Now if you were a demolitionist, you wouldn't have to worry about that. The demolitionist kills the zombies the fastest, and it will kill the zombies fast enough where even if you turned off the auto skip, it would take like 5 seconds for the demolitionist mortars to kill all the zombies. But with the medic, it's not as strong. The turrets are not as strong. So you got to give them time to catch up. You know, the game will only spawn just so many zombies at a time. I don't know what the limit is. Like, it could be a couple hundred, maybe 200 zombies. I'm not sure. I was thinking it was 100 before, but taking a closer look, there's probably at least 200 zombies out there at any one time. You can't see the ones that are down on the lower level, but there is a limit. And when it reaches that limit, another zombie will not spawn until you kill one. So you got to kill a zombie to get another one to spawn. I believe that's how it works. So it takes time. It takes a lot of time for all the zombies to spawn and come out to where you can kill them all and get all the money. So the key is you got to get them all to spawn in order to get all the money. And then you do that by simply turning off the auto skip and let the zombies catch up. So anyway, I do this pretty much till I get to about, depends, if I feel like going 200 waves, just hitting auto skip every 20 waves or so. Or I may go further if I don't feel like I have enough money to lay down some more turrets. But anyway, you will get the money. You really don't need to worry about not getting enough money. From what I have seen, I've done this several times now. Once with a friend, and I did that video, it's already listed. And once I went 58 564 or something, 5,800 some rounds or waves, and got on the top of the leaderboard temporarily. You probably only be temporarily. There's always someone else who goes further. So, but you can check it out in the Roblox game right now. And there, if you go into the lobby and check the leaderboard, you'll see B-Bay40 up top there. So that's the normal mode, not hard mode. I haven't done hard mode yet, but I'm gonna give it a try. Getting back to this, so the basic strategy, I mean seriously, is that works now, is you can do this probably anywhere on the map. Just pick a center location, or you could pick a corner if you want to. I like a central location so I can drop as many turrets as possible. I probably should have been just maybe a couple more feet off the back wall here, and I could have dropped some more turrets. But anywhere out in the open, where you can drop the, try to centrally locate your healing station, so the entire circle is on a deck somewhere, and just work at filling it up with all the turrets you can. And it don't matter if it even takes 1,000 waves to do it. Just do it. Get all the turrets you can. You have all that strength that you can to kill the zombies. It'll be earning you money. You see my money ticker just constantly going up there from killing the zombies. And we're at wave 417. And the bosses. The bosses will give you so much money that you will never run out. Not till maybe you get to 10,000 waves. I don't know. I'm kind of guessing. Because you got to drop a healing station about every 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So you got to drop one. So basically, I wouldn't go any longer than that. So I was losing. I have to replace some turrets here. I wasn't paying attention. That's the one thing with me, is hard to actually even stay awake for a whole game to go this far. I mean, 421 waves. I've already been in here about an hour and a half. So, well, an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes. I'm already getting tired. So, but yeah. And if you have an auto clicker and you want to set it at a period, just don't set it any more than 2 minutes 20 seconds. And when you come back and check on it, maybe you can adjust that time. But just killing the bosses. Honestly, I got to wave 1400 and I had over $400,000. I mean, starting at I think you'll see at the end of this video is at about wave 1000, and I had about $120,000. But it just went up. I got 175,000. I'm at wave 966, 175,000. That's mainly from just killing the bosses. Probably a tenth of that came from the zombies. So you watch when I drop this boss how much money it's going to give me. So he just came out at 950, and there's $19,000. Just added. I jumped up to 194,000. I mean, it's you earn money very, very quickly at the higher rounds, higher waves when you start dropping the bosses. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. That's the strategy now. My strategy anyway. Build myself a nice big circle of turrets that can kill the zombies. And actually, especially when the mecha boss gets up on the deck, he just tends to want to come right at you. He just wants to stomp you into the deck. He wants to get you really bad compared to the other two. That mecha, the red mecha zombie, just will come right up on there. And when he comes up here on the deck, that's when all my turrets start taking him down. They start shooting him, and it's just a short matter of time before the combined damage from my minigun and all the turrets, so most of the turrets shooting him, takes him down quick. And right now at this point, you know, getting up to wave 1000, I'm guaranteed over $20,000 every time I kill one, every 50 waves. So if you get $20,000 every 50 waves, you will have more than enough money to keep dropping healing stations, probably well up to wave 10,000. I believe, anyway. As long as you can keep dropping healing stations, you'll keep living. The healing station does enough healing that no matter how much damage your turrets are taking, it will restore the health back to 100%. So the healing station is working great. The turrets and buff towers, however, have been nerfed badly. I mean, really badly nerfed. Even at 5-star upgrade, zombies can take them down in 20 seconds. I mean, seriously, they just will take them out really quick, which is really sad. They should not be that weak. I don't think there's any reason for the developers to make them that weak. So I got to keep going around. I kept sometimes just not paying attention, getting tired, and not dropping a healing station fast enough. So I've been losing some of my turrets. I got to go back around and replace them. But like I said, as long as they're right on the edge, you can see some of these guys halfway across the edge, or even more than halfway over the edge. But as long as they're on the edge, touching the edge somewhere, they will be healed. So you can really stretch out your ring of turrets. You see I'm dropping some more on the outside ring here. Just remember that. You want as many turrets as you can, and you want to keep them alive with that healing station. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Appreciate you checking out this video. Check out my others and give a thumbs up, share it, subscribe if you haven't done that already. I've hit 1,000. I really appreciate that support from y'all, and keep it coming. Thanks. Bye.